Steal from me while a guest in my home, enjoy the fallout. When I was 20, I got married and pregnant basically at the same time. My husband Jake came from money and had a really good job, so unlike most people my age, we had a nice house and actual nice things in it. All my friends were either still in high school or in college, living in dorm rooms eating ramen. I was pretty lonely because I didn't really fit in anywhere anymore. I ended up becoming friends with this girl named Ashley who was finishing her senior year at my old high school. We had some mutual friends and she seemed cool, so I started inviting her over to hang out. One night she asked if she could bring a friend over for dinner. I said sure, why not? Her friend showed up and we all ate together. Everything seemed totally normal. At one point her friend asked where the bathroom was. We told her and she walked off down the hallway. She came back a few minutes later and we finished dinner. They left around 9 and I thought nothing of it. About a week later, I'm getting ready for this thing and I can't find my pearl earrings from my wedding. Jake had bought me this whole matching set with a necklace and earrings, diamonds and pearls as a wedding gift. We literally tore the house apart looking for them. Every drawer, every shelf, under the couch cushions, everywhere. Nothing. Jake was like, you probably just set them down somewhere weird and forgot. We'll find them eventually. But I was freaking out because I knew the last place I had them was at home. We hadn't even vacuumed or anything, so they had to be somewhere. A few weeks go by and I'm checking our bank accounts online. We had this one checking account that Jake set up for a side business idea he was thinking about starting. We barely used it and only kept like $100 in there. When I pulled it up, it showed we were almost $1,000 in the negative. My stomach dropped. I called Jake immediately and he was just as confused as me. We started going through all the charges. Every single one was from stores at the mall. Claire's, Forever 21, places where teenage girls shop. And there were like 30 small purchases, each one followed by a $25 overdraft fee once they burned through the $100 we had in the account. Here's the thing. We kept that debit card upstairs in our bedroom in a drawer. We barely had anyone over at the house. It took me about 5 seconds to figure out what happened and who did it. Ashley's friend had asked to use the bathroom but instead went snooping through our bedroom and stole our debit card. And probably my earrings too. I was so angry I could barely see straight. I had been nothing but nice to these people. I cooked for them, welcomed them into my home, and this is how they repaid me. I started calling every store at the mall asking if they had security cameras. Most places said no, but then this one store told me they had just installed cameras because of shoplifting problems. They said they couldn't give me the footage directly, but they'd be happy to hand it over to the police if I filed a report. Perfect. Then I called my bank and asked about declaring the charges as fraud. They said I could do it, but I had a limited time to decide before I'd be stuck with all those charges forever. They also said the overdraft fees wouldn't be reversed unless I claimed fraud. That's when I did the math. Between my earrings that were worth about $800 and the charges plus overdraft fees that totaled about $1,000, we were looking at $800 worth of theft. In my state, $2,000 is the cutoff for felony charges. So I called Ashley. I explained to her in the sweetest voice possible that someone who came over to our house had stolen from us. I told her about my missing wedding earrings and about the debit card that someone stole from our bedroom and used at the mall. She was so sympathetic. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Then I dropped the bomb. I told her we were going to file felony charges because between the earrings and all the mall charges and overdraft fees, it added up to over $2,000. She got real quiet for a second, then said there's probably no way to prove who used your card because those mall stores don't have cameras. Bingo. Thanks for confirming you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I told her actually one of the stores just installed security cameras and they're ready to hand the footage over to the police as soon as I file the report. Total silence. Then she mumbled something about having to go and hung up. 20 minutes later, she called back asking if she could come over. She showed up in less than 30 minutes with my pearl earrings, the debit card, and a small diamond ring I inherited from my great aunt that I didn't even know was missing. She had this whole story prepared. She didn't steal anything. Her friend snuck upstairs into my bedroom and took my stuff when she said she was going to the bathroom. Ashley was just an innocent bystander who didn't want to betray her friend. I pointed out that she knew her friend stole from me and said nothing. She started crying, saying she was in a difficult spot. I asked her point blank how she managed to participate in the shopping spree if she was such an innocent victim. She admitted there were 4 people total who used my card at the mall, including her. I told her I had zero problem pressing felony charges against all of them. 2 of them were 17, but the other 2 were 18, so this could seriously mess up their lives. I demanded the names of everyone involved and their parents' phone numbers. She gave them up immediately. I called every single parent and explained what their kids had done. I told them I would give their children the opportunity to pay back every penny they spent plus all the overdraft fees. But they had 1 week before my deadline to file fraud with the bank ran out and I'd have no choice but to go to the police. The parents were horrified and extremely grateful I was giving them a chance to make it right. All 4 kids had to get jobs and work constantly over the next few weeks to pay me back. At one point, Ashley tried to complain that the amount seemed way higher than what they spent and it wasn't fair. I smiled and explained very slowly that every time they swiped my card after the account hit 0, it triggered a $25 overdraft fee. Their little shopping spree ended up costing them 3 to 4 times what it would have if they just used their own money. She also tried asking for more time, saying it was too hard to pay me back so fast. I asked her why I should trust her or take any risk after what she did. She shut up real quick after that. I got every dollar back plus all my jewelry, and I never spoke to any of them ever again.